So what excites me about events like this and initiatives like this is the opportunity really to connect that bustling and thriving professional community and the expertise there is within the city with that community of small and medium-sized businesses who do have the ambition to grow and just really want to be connected with the people that can help them achieve those ambitions.
I think the message here is that the North West has got a really strong private equity venture capital base, probably the second largest outside of London, and there's real pressure to deploy cash. And we've seen really aggressive terms from private equity. Simple things again, but make sure the potential purchaser knows that you've got alternatives. You don't have to sell to them. And also just don't be afraid to ask for more. They can only say no.
Quality of speakers is very high. I come to a lot of these events, from networking to proper sit-down delegate events where everyone sits in tent tops and listens for hours and hours on end to one person. But because it's been so quickly throughout each session, it's almost like a speed dating event. So you get to hear some very pertinent and very understandable measures from all the other companies, particularly insurance, banking, protection of business, protection of assets and IP and so forth. So these are all very important things to me because I'm running a very young business. So this is all a good learning curve for me.
We're about to hit the biggest bit of pensions legislation ever in this country, where anyone who employs anyone, just one person, is going to have to auto-enrol them into a pension fund. You're going to have to pay some money. Hence, anyone who owns a business, this bit's going to cost you some cash. And anyone who works for a business, you're going to get some benefit from it. There are implications for you at employer level, both financially, culturally within your business. You might as well adopt this. If you're going to have to do it, get on with it. Get some good news out of it.
From the Royal Bank of Scotland's perspective, it's about supporting businesses locally in terms of being able to grow and meet their aspirations, really. The real success of today was it was in bite-sized chunks. So there was, I think there's about a dozen different sessions on different topics. SMEs could come in and pick and talk about 2 or 3 that they wanted to attend. They weren't going to sit through 4, 5, 6 hours worth of presentations before they got to the one that they perhaps wanted to. So it's little bite-sized chunks. They had the opportunity to network afterwards, get some contacts and maybe follow up afterwards, really.
My job is really a glorified dating agency. I'm finding great businesses and I'm looking to find investors who can go in and add some value to that. We sat down with the company, we went through the proposition, we introduced it to an investor, we were looking to raise £500,000, the investor said yes, and the deal was done.
This perhaps is a theme of the moment, is where people are uncertain about whether, having taken on board the capital, they will be able to deploy it and actually grow the business, in which case probably the maths don't work for an investment. I think we're fortunate in the digital and creative sector in that we are in a growth area of the economy. Even in a depressed economy, we're in a growth area.
I thought it was very, very good indeed. And short segments probably worked better than lengthy presentations in PowerPoint, which it was not. And also because the presentations went on through the morning, you could go in and out at will. That was brilliant, I thought, as well. You can network throughout the day or stay at the presentations throughout. And the quality, of course, was great because people were from the industry and they were giving very up-to-date and practical advice that somewhat was surprising.
Pretty boring contract law, but actually very, very crucial at the heart of any kind of business operation. Because sadly you can't just rely on someone's word being their bond and a handshake. Business doesn't work like that. Just think about it.
The UK has the easiest employment regime of any company in Europe. If you think it's difficult to do business in this country, try running a business in France and see how you get on. It is very, very employer friendly in this country.
The important thing, I think, when you look at that is to remember that insurance, whichever way you cut it, is all about the sudden and unforeseen.
My name is John Leach. I'm the founder of Winning Pitch. I'm here today to talk about the insights of high growth companies, what they do and how they behave. The session's been full of practical hints and tips, which is really what businesses need. And I feel that when you pull businesses together in this sort of forum, there's so much learning that goes on and there's an absolute energy about the place. Within the sort of network that we operate in is expose our clients and our community to a new way of thinking. And what better way of doing that than taking to Silicon Valley? And we took 15 companies to Silicon Valley to just experience the mindset and the way of doing things there it was all about do. It was about progression. It was about, you know, fail fast and move on, but don't empty the till whilst you're failing. Yeah, it's about taking controlled risks, and to be exposed to an environment, to a community of individuals that just get off the backside and do stuff is really quite satisfying. I think that's part of our mission. That's what we're trying to do as a business, is instill that mindset and getting people to do things and actually take action. And so if I was to say to somebody here, you can have £20, who'd want it? Thank you. Give me a round of applause, please. Yeah. That won't Lisa up at the back. Thank you. Life rewards people that take action. And so, have you seen that one before?
I'll buy the button.
No, you're right. Give us a receipt. I'll fiddle it on the expenses.